Still no. Nope. No.
That's right. Oh, Michelle's here. Does she know? Yes. This thing. It had fallen before. Like Providence, divine Providence.
That's okay.
We actually have better sound if I take this out than if I put it in right now. I don't know why.
Crazy.
So I have this strange thing I have 2/3 distance.
Yeah, you can't hear us, right?
Yes, to a degree. Yes, I can.
What?
To a degree, not through Zoom, but I can hear you at about like 50%.
Tomorrow, and the family are Israelis. Of course. My still lipstick on or not really? Is it okay though?
One out?
I mean, whatever. It just needs to either be on or off, but not halfway.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it's like,
Check.
Nope.
I'm going to get a majorly excited surprise. 0.00%. So that's just like in the tradition of jazz. So it's
very
what
appropriate.
it is. It's just what it is. You guys, Ed just reminded me there's one tune called the Shambu, and it comes, there's like, the refrain is in rhythm, but then it's like totally, completely out.
I'm assuming somebody unplugged something because I lost sound completely.
Welcome. It's wonderful to have guests here and family here from our congregation. For those who are watching online, it's working? Our sound is now working. Perfect. Okay. So, wonderful. Well, without further ado then, I was about to make an announcement and apologize that you were going to sound underwater for a lot of the service until we figured it out, but we're going to open with some music.
How y'all doing?
That was your reward for coming for the service.
Yes.
And not just waiting until after. The Zachary Adelman Quartet is with us tonight.
Indeed.
And so
we're gonna make our way through a kind of more traditional service that you were used to, but then afterwards we're going to gather together for a little bit of a beefed up oneg and then come back in here to hear some more of this, which is amazing.
That's right.
So I was reading today actually a book in preparation for a different musical event that we're having. On the 19th of this month, we're actually having a program on the connection between Jews and fish, P-H-I-S-H. And kind of what does the culture of fish and have to do with Judaism and going to the shows as a spiritual experience. And we'll have a fish cover band after that also. We're a very, quote, musical congregation.
Mm-hmm. And before.
Yes. But there was a really interesting essay in this book of essays about that topic, which talked about the spirituality of improvisation, right? Which is what we just heard. That ultimately, there's something to be said about having a text and then having and throwing away some of the subtext or the context to that text and going free with that text and what that does and what that allows. And you may not realize it, but the idea of improvisation is actually a 2,000-year-old Jewish idea. And there's two concepts, keva and kavanah, right? Keva is the fixed text that we have. Kavanah is everything else that comes from that fixed text that makes each Shabbat just a little bit different. There is a kind of freedom, a kind of improvisation. Now there's certain, you'll hear the cantor do it on the high holidays, there's a certain kind of Jewish music called chazanut that actually is true improvisation, but every prayer should feel a little bit different than the prayer before. I remember hearing an interview or seeing an interview with Duke Ellington's trumpet player, Cootie was his name. What's his full name? Cootie Williams, who talked about the fact that he had a song that he was playing, and Duke Ellington tended to keep his charts pretty tight. And so Cootie, this was like a really big moment for him, but at the end of the day, he wasn't free. Like, he was just playing Duke Ellington's chart. And what he said is that he tries to make every single song that he plays just a little bit different than that before, even if it's just holding a note for slightly longer in one tune, or playing one note just a little bit louder in another. And that's ultimately the way prayer should be. It should have that kind of freedom, and even when it feels fixed, it should allow itself to find God in the branching. So we're on page 24, Shalom Aleichem.
I'm surrounded by Rabbanim. To my left, of course, our beloved Rabbi. And to my right, my very dear friend and co-pilot on the Peace Project, Rabbi Golan Ben-Chorin. He's gonna speak a little bit later. But tonight, work justice.
a crew of improvisers. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Eliyah, Amim Elech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Shalom, Boachem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Eliyah, Amim Elech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchoni, Baruchoni, Shalom, Malachei Shalom,
Tomorrow morning, we're going to invite Iris up to be joined actually by Boaz, who's not here tonight, as the two of them become bar and bat mitzvah at a double ceremony during Shabbat morning services. And so in honor of that, it's my pleasure to call Iris up with her parents and sister to come on up to light our candles tonight.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, metzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava, uvratzon hinhilanu, zikaron lema'aseh, bereshit. Ki hu yom techila lemikra e kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim
Kivanu v'acharta ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו.
Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. L'chaim. Well done. Yishar kochech.
We're going to move forward now. In our prayer books, we're on page number 10, Yedid Nefesh.
ידיד נפשה ברחמה, ידיד נפשה ברחמה, ושוכבתך אל צומך, ושוכבתך אל צומך, ידיד נפש, again. ידיד נפש ברחמה, ידיד נפש ברחמה, ושוכבתך אל צומך, ושוכבתך אל צומך, ירוץ עבדך, ירוץ עבדך, כמו היער, ישתחווה אל מולדתך, ירוץ עבדך, ירוץ עבדך, כמו היער, ישתחווה
We move forward, page 17, Romemu.
רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו
הקודשו.
רוממו
אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו
הקודשו.
כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו הקודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו הקודשו. We move forward now. We're on page 20, Lachadoti. בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשמו תפארת ולתהילה. Let's hear you.
Yadadadadai B'nei Shabbat, B'nei Shabbat לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נשואה, סוף מעשה לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת, בני שבת נקרא.
Verse number 5, Hitorari.
התעוררי, כי בעורר קומי אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. ידעי, ידעי לך דודי, ידעי לקראת כלה, ידעי בני שבת, בני שבת נקרא.
We rise and we face the door.
לך דודי, ידעי לקראת כלה, ידעי בני שבת, בני שבת נקרא. ידעי לך דודי, ידעי לקראת כלה, ידעי בני שבת, בני שבת נקרא.
We remain standing, page 28.
Together.
Together.
Baruch Adonai המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
We're seated together. Top of page 31. Praise you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way in which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch ata Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim. I'll invite us now to turn our attention to the screen if we can see it. If not, the words of the chorus are just, we are loved by an unending love.
We are embraced by arms that find us, even when we are hidden from ourselves. We are touched by fingers that soothe us, even when we are too proud for soothing. We are counseled by voices that guide us, even when we are too embittered to hear. We are loved, we are
Together,
loved,
we are loved, loved, loved by an unending love, an unending love.
That's it, that's all you need. We are loved,
Loved,
loved, loved
by an unending love,
unending love. We are supported by hands that uplift us, even in the midst of a fall. We are urged on by eyes that meet us, even when we are too weak for meaning. We are loved, we are loved,
we are loved, loved, loved by an unending love, an unending love.
love, we are loved,
Loved, loved by an unending love, an unending love.
ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני
אדוני אלוהיכם.
אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Move forward now. We're on page 40 as we join together in that Song of Freedom, Mi Chamocha.
We sing it out.
כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נעלם בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא התהילות אוסף אליך. ראו בניך, פוקע ים לפני משה. זה אלי אנו ואמרו, אלי אנו ואמרו. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
ונאמר, כי יפד אדוני את יעקב, וגואלו מעט חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
Page 43. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth, prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours.
ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
Vishamru, the bottom of page 44.
ושמרו
בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדותם ברית עולם.
מיין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדותם ברית עולם.
כי שגם יעשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת,
לעשות את השבת לדותם ברית עולם.
וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש.
שמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדותם ברית עולם.
We turn now, we're on page 46 as we rise together, moving into silence after this opening meditation through page 62, and you can be seated when you're finished.
אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך.
שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך.
Just continue to let our prayers flow. We need to stop the miracle from unfolding from within. And when you're ready, we're going to meet as a kihila, a whole community, right at the end of these texts on page 62. May the one who makes peace in those places beyond our understanding bring it right here for us, for all Israel, and for all those who inhabit this planet. Shalom bimromav. Give me a second.
Hu ya'aseh shalom
aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru ve'imru imeu amen. Oseh shalom, oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru Oh, that was fun. Amen, amen, amen.
So not only is today an amazing day because we get Zach back on this bima, the same bima that he became bar mitzvah on with his band, but it's also a special anniversary for his parents, 35 years.
Woo, woo.
And so I want to call them up to give them a blessing in front of the ark. So Beth and Bob, come on up. We rise. So whenever I give these anniversary blessings, I often think about kind of the nature of what makes a marriage work. And 35 years is a long time. I was joking with you that I'm about to spend 10 years knowing my wife, and I feel like that's a long time. 35 years married is unbelievable. And I watch your dynamic together. And when I think about an amazing dynamic that I've seen between the two of you, it's the music that you've produced, that you've created, that you've written together, and that you get a chance to perform. And I remember sitting in a living room of one of our fellow congregants and hearing your original music and the two of you singing together. And I think back, because I've had some partnerships that have worked and that haven't in writing music. And when it works because there's A, complete trust to throw things out. 2, there's a yes and attitude. And 3, there's an understanding that when something needs to be refined, it's not an attack on the person. Rather, it's kind of striving toward a greater vision of art. And when I think of those 3 pieces, I think that that's ultimately what makes a marriage work. And it's something that I feel like has worked for you over these years too. The ability to completely trust one another is the bedrock of any amazing relationship. The ability to have a yes and attitude, and by the way, you are yes and people.
You really are.
So I can only imagine what the yes and looks like within your house, magnified with the two of you. And finally, the ability to tell the truth to one another, even if it's hard, and understanding that that's going to help and make you grow. And the reason you're able to produce amazing music and the reason you're able to go 35 years with many more to come is because you embody those virtues. And so in honor of this milestone and many more to come, we offer you this blessing, and I'm going to wrap you in my talit.
And you can offer your blessings of warmth through your hands. Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and may God protect you.
Yair Adonai panev elecha v'yichuneka.
May God cause God's face to smile upon you and give you grace.
Yis Adonai panev elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God lift up God's face to you, granting you a life of wholeness and peace.
Can you hear that? May be God's will, and let us all say
Amen.
Amen.
Congratulations.
Beth was waiting for something.
Yeah.
We can't take that with us.
We can be seated.
You join together on page 253 as we offer this Mishaberach for those in need of healing. And you'll also see, if you can see past the piano, a listing of people in our community that are on this special list. Mishaberach avotenu v'imotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah, hu yivarech et hacholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill.
Prayer for Israel. And in light of this beautiful music, we need some of that energy in the state of Israel. We send our blessing and our hope that the state of Israel lives up to all that we hope and wish for. We send a blessing, an encouragement to those in its leadership to see beyond the immediate and to be able to lead us towards hope and peace. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, blessed be He, show Israel's leaders your path so that they may act with wisdom, courage, and dedication, and that they may be unwavering in their pursuit of peace. Strengthen their hearts, but keep their hearts from hardening. We send our hope and our energy and our support for over 101 Israelis still captive in Gaza, many of whom are not among the living. And we send strength to the families who are yearning to receive word and maybe even to see their loved ones come back and return to them. Master of compassion, help us hold the humanity and the heartache of the Jewish people, of all residents of the state of Israel, while also holding the humanity and dignity of the Palestinian people. As we are made in the image of God, we wish for Israel, for us, and for all humankind, Shalom.
This is my pal Golan. I don't need this, because I have this. Some of you were, I hope, filled up as I was on Sunday when we had our premiere of the movie, I Will Build This World from Love. Rabbi Golan Ben-Horin has already spoken at Ner Tamid a couple of times, but it's really because of the energy and the support and the response from the first time that Rabbi Ben-Horin visited us 2 years ago that we were able to make happen, move forward into reality. So I've asked him to share a few words.
Toda Rabba. What an honor and a pleasure to be here, and good to see you all again. Shabbat, Parashat Noach. In our Torah reading, we hear about constructing an ark in order to escape the storm and the turmoil of the world. Sounds a little relevant, I would say. Storms are surrounding us, and water was about to pour down on earth and wipe out everything that was there. And we were taken into an ark and sealed that ark off against the water. And the Torah describes to us the detailed work that was done in order to seal the ark from the water that was endangering everyone who was going to go into the ark. Yet, the Torah tells us that Noach was commanded to make a window in the ark. Tzohar ta'aseh lateva. Window is really a weak translation. I won't go into that because that'll take us a long time. But Tzohar is a place of light, a place that opens up into something. Tzohar ta'aseh lateva. Now, that is so peculiar. We have just spent verses understanding that we need to seal off the ark so that no water gets in, and yet Noach is commanded to make a hole. It's like saying, now blow up a balloon really full and make a little hole in it, right? What's going to happen? And we know that something is as defensible as its weakest part. So suddenly you're bringing weakness into the ark that's about to save you from drowning in the world. Why would you want to do such a thing? And I think there's a teaching here for the state of Israel and for our Georgia project. And I will try to connect all of those. So for those who don't know, in Georgia there is the Peace Project, which is the synagogue, the mosque, and the church, and by now also a Buddhist meditation room, all under one roof. Each community celebrates its ritual and is religiously active on its own, and the interaction is real. And people learn from each other. How is this connected to the ark? Well, if you want to make something watertight and sealed, you actually close yourself off entirely from your surroundings. And one might think that this is the safest way to be. If there's going to be a flood, make sure that you don't see it, that you're not threatened by it, that no water can get in. But somehow we're jeopardized by the safety of a window. Is that safety or is that danger? The ark is dealing with imminent danger. The window is giving us a horizon of hope. The ark is the safety for me and for mine, for anyone who's within. The window is so we never forget those who are outside. The ark is here and now. We must have this protection. The window is a view of the beyond, of the future. And yes, in Israel, we are dealing with imminent danger. But if all we do is survive, we are lacking the window with which to see the future and aim for a solution. Our physical instinct is to defend, but our soul yearns for peace. We must see beyond the imminent danger. In Tbilisi, Georgia, at the moment, the peace project there is surrounded in turmoil with the political issues that are going on. But we, as those who support the fledgling reform community that is growing within the peace project as Dor Ledor's community, we must give them horizon of hope and say, yes, we can overcome, and we will be there for them. The ark is the safety, as I said, for me and mine. The window, in order to see others and their need. In Israel, it is necessary to fight for safety, but impossible and immoral to kill one's way to a solution. We need the window. In Tbilisi, the ability to see what may lie ahead has now been enhanced by the movie that was produced by people from within our community. They are the ones who opened up a window to what is happening there, and through the movie, we now have the ability to see not only ours and here, but what's happening there in Georgia. And I invite each one of us to open that window and see that Jews and Muslims and Christians can be religiously active side by side while enhancing their own practice with no need to argue, to convert, to make people different. What a window, Tzohar, there is in Tbilisi. The ark is here and now. The window is a view of beyond. There are three tenses: the past, the present, and the possible. When we make a window in our ark, we say what was is important. It may have led to what is right now, but the future is always in our hands to mold. Israel needs a new outlook on that future. We can be part of that when we support those who see the possible in Israel in line with what we believe is possible. I have lived in Israel most of my life as a third-generation Israeli Reform rabbi. I need partnership with the vision that we all have of the possible. It is easy to give up on Israel. Israel's making it very hard for us not to give up. But we can make a window in our ark and say, we can see the possible. I want to wish us all a Chodesh Tov, a good month that was just started, Cheshvan, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Yasher Koach.
And you can come back to Tbilisi, Georgia with Rabbi Golan and I, June 23rd. Talk to me about it, please.
We're going to rise together as we prepare our concluding section of our service, page 282. Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tet gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoyei haratzot, velo samanu mikishkot adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. Our thoughts now go out to those who we have loved and who we have lost. As I call the name of your loved one, I'll invite you to rise, honoring their memory. Samuel Abramovitz, June Anderson O'Reilly, Evelyn Asher, Janet Campius, Marvin Davis, Nathan Degenshine, James Egan, David Emmer, Leon Feather, Bradley Friedman, Edward Gates, Edith Glicken, Delame Goldsmith, Solomon Goldstein, Mark Grayson, Donald Greenwald, Benjamin Grossman, Edward Gutterman, Walter Hout, Beatrice Fisher Hirsch, Paul Kane, Kitty Kelly, Albert Coppell, Hannah Leisure, Rose Shatman Levin, Claire McAllen Nolan, Rebecca Mossenkiss, Albert Nolan, David Pines, Charles Potters, Sarah Prince, Samuel Prince, Herman Radish, Benjamin Roth, Mickey Salonon, Frederick Sampson, Howard Beau Chambleon, Benjamin Schneider, Elizabeth Sconzo, Yetta Shakin, Miriam Shankman, William Sherman, Nathan Silverlust, Daniel Silverman, Misha Slatkin, Henry Stein, Herbert Sugarman, Esther Watton, Jack Weinstock, and Larry Weiss. And those who are in their Shiva and Shloshim periods of mourning, Al Saraysky, father of Steve Saraysky and Lauren Lewis. We'll have a memorial for Al here at 2:30 on Sunday, Shiva to follow, and Shiva also on Monday night at the Saraysky household. Mikey Abend, brother of Alex Abend, Stephen Mark Ratnow, father of Rebecca Ratnow Meyer, Renee Godwin, mother of Serena Godwin, Rabbi Victor Weisberg, grandfather of Orrin Henry, Ruth Lebo Hyman, grandmother of Lisa Hyman Sackman, and Lauren Kaplan. And I announced one other death that happened only right before services. David Birnbaum, husband of Akua, father of Nathan. David is a parent in our religious school, and our hearts go out to his family. He'll be laid to rest probably on Monday, though look out for your email as things are coming together for that, with a Shiva to follow here at the congregation. Finally, if you are within your 1 year period of mourning, or you have a yard site of someone who you are observing that may not have been on this list, I'll invite you to rise and honor their memory. We rise together, page 294. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah. B'yamad divrach yirateh, b'yamlech malchuteh. V'chayachon v'yomachon v'chayed chol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman karim v'yimru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei amaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei kudusha b'richu. Le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nachamata. Damiram b'yama v'yimru amen. Yehi shalom Rabbah min Shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mamav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Please be seated.
And just before Rabbi, I want to give us a couple of announcements while I get the rest of the band up here.
Yes.
Okay.
So we, after services, go grab some food, meet somebody new, get a snack, come back here, probably, 15 minutes after we finish services. We'll get started with our concert. Please, if you can, stick around for it. It's going to be amazing. Great jazz. You got a taste of it just at our opening. We'll have a whole set like that. In addition to that, we have any number of other events happening. First of all, tomorrow morning, of course, we've got our services as Iris becomes Bat Mitzvah along with Boaz. But two other things to plug, though there's a lot of other events happening. One is on the 19th, I mentioned already, we've got that Fish and Judaism talk. So what does the band Fish have to do with Jewish culture? A lot, by the way. Just as a teaser, they feel like at any given show, 26 to 30% of the people at the show are Jews. There's no other band that isn't an overtly Jewish band that gets that kind of crowd.
And they do a great cover of Avinu Malkeinu.
They do indeed. In addition to that, it started running in the eGarret this week, our eBlast, but I'm having a book launch on the 3rd of December.
Woo-hoo!
I hope you can join me for that.
That means he wrote the book.
Yes. Paul Fishman is going to be interviewing me. It's about kind of like the philosophy of the way the rabbis think in the Talmud, but really what it is, honestly, is it's a love letter to the center. It's a reaction to the poles that we sit on and the fact that we need another way to think that's compromise forward, that's sometimes living in the messy middle, that's understanding that like you don't always get your way, and sometimes if you're a leader, you got to listen to the people you lead rather than push the thing you want. And so come hear what I have to say about why I love the middle, and come learn a little bit of Talmud as you do that.
So great. November 20th is the Transgender Day of Remembrance. If you'd like to get involved or if you'd like to participate by coming and showing your allyship and your connection, it's November 20th at the Friends Quaker House, 7 p.m.
All right.
We are going to just leave the tefillah part of our evening with a reprise. Thought that was very jazz. I don't know, maybe it's the opposite of jazz. I don't know, but we're doing a reprise of Oseh Shalom so that this guy can have a chance, but also, just because. I want you to know that not one of those pieces of tefillah was rehearsed by this group. That was all improvised. Here we go. Start us out, please, Cameron. Oseh Shalom bimromah. That was totally my bad. I did it again. Oseh Shalom bimromah.
Same first two notes.
Oseh Shalom aleinu.
ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן.
Shabbat shalom. Get some food. This quartet gets back up at 8 p.m. You got 20.
Shabbat
Take
shalom.
20. Shabbat shalom.